welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Ashley with Ashley Nicole Photography, and today we're going to be talking about product photography. This is a new love of mine. I am primarily a portrait photographer, so most of my content will be based around portrait photography, but I have been falling in love with product photography. I love the light manipulation, I love the details, I love spending 3 hours getting one shot. It's just so satisfying to spend all that time and then you end up with this gorgeous shot. These are some of the shots I've done. Those are at least a year or two old by now, but today we're going to be talking about different ways that you can light your product. The product that I'm going to be shooting today is this right here. I'm going to insert picture right here. I picked up at Ulta just for this purpose. I have more products that I'm going to photograph for videos as well. If you have any requests of what you want to see of the process, let me know. But today I'm just going to be talking about lighting your product in 4 different ways. There's so many different ways that you can light product, but these are 4 that I enjoy. So one is flash. This can be more expensive because you have to buy the flashes and the triggers and the different things. So if you don't already own these things, a flash setup could be expensive. The second way is light painting. Now, this is my favorite. I absolutely love it. All you need is a tripod and a remote shutter to keep your camera very still. But I'm going to be showing you light painting. You can get some amazing photos through light painting, and it is my new favorite. Third is natural light. This is obviously the most accessible and the cheapest way to go, and natural light provides gorgeous lighting for product. It won't work for every instance and for everything that you want to do, but to light a product well, all you need is a good window and a white bounce card and you are good to go. And then the fourth is continuous light. So there's the flash or the strobe lights or continuous light. So my continuous light is I have a softbox, just a studio light that I got off of Amazon that I use for like newborn shoots and stuff when there's not enough light in somebody's home. So those are the 4 ways. We have flash, light painting, natural light, and continuous light. So I'm going to show you those 4 and how I use them to photograph this specific product. All right, so my first setup was with flash. So I have a trigger. I have 1 flash set up because I have 4 Cactus triggers, but only 2 of them work. Those things break. Actually, I think the other one Daniel fixed, but they break so easily and I really don't like them. But they're very, very old. I don't remember which model they are, but I'll leave that below. They work, but I have always had hatred for them because they're so finicky. But anyway, so I have 1 flash setup. So in this setup right here, I'm going to be inserting footage so you can see me actually photographing these. But I just have the flash to the right and I have my background set up. I have a sheet of plexiglass underneath the product for a reflection. And then I have a white bounce card to the left. So I do several different shots with the flash, moving the flash around, moving the bounce card around, just playing with the light in different directions to see what I like best. So here's the final image, my favorite image from the flash setup. At the end, I'll put all 4 of the lighting setup final photos side by side so you can see the differences. Flash is great. It's reliable. There's so many things you can do with a flash. I also like to combine flash with light painting, which I've done in previous photos, but we're gonna move on into light painting so you can see what exactly that is and what I'm talking about. So light painting is basically painting your subject or your product with light. So you put your camera on a long shutter speed and you generally make your aperture very small. If you don't fully understand shutter speed, aperture, and ISO, I recommend you check out my very first video on Photography 101. But I would put my f-stop 8, 11, 16, depending on how long the shutter I need, because I need to let in less light. And basically you want to take a test shot and it needs to be completely pitch black. So all that you will be seeing is the light that you're using to paint with. So I will be inserting footage here, but you can do so much. So if you only have 1 flash, you are a little bit more limited to what you can do without compositing different photos, but you can have 1 flash and a bounce card and different things. But with light painting, you can take your light, which I just have a flashlight, and you can take it and move it around your product to light it evenly and get rid of any shadows. And you can get so creative with light painting. Here's an example right here of playing with different colors with light painting. So you can paint the background with a blue light and then put your white light on your subject, or there's so many things you can do with light painting. If you want me to do a video just on light painting, I would love that. It's so much fun. So here's my favorite image with the light painting method. All right, so let's move on to the third method, and this is natural light. So natural light, again, this is the most accessible. For my natural light setup here, I have my product by a window. This is a very large window and there are blinds on it, but I just have the blinds open and I have my product set on a little table with my backdrop. One advantage of using natural light is I normally have my f-stop down to 1.4 or 2, whatever the lens will go to. I think my macro is a 2.8. So I'll go down to 2.8 with the natural light and get that nice creamy background, which you can do different things with. When I'm light painting, my aperture has to be more close down to f11, f9. You get more in focus in the light painting instances, and so there's just different reasons to use different light if you want to have everything in focus or if you want to have it blur off into the background. So natural light is a great way because again, it's not as powerful as using your flashes or your light painting. So you need that f-stop to be smaller so you open up that for more light to come in. Anyways, so here are some of the natural light ones. Again, I just have it by a window. I have a bounce card. I then put it down in the shadows of the blinds. You can play with natural light that way as well. I love getting just the different. Natural light is so unique. Like I'm sure some people can replicate it with flash and stuff, but there's no way I could replicate it. It's so beautiful, and it's not as reliable, and it's not as you can shoot any time of the day kind of thing, but it's definitely inexpensive and it's fun to play around with natural light. And I'm a natural light portrait photographer, so I'm all about using natural light when you can. I really love it. The fourth lighting is continuous lighting. So this is going to be the most like natural light of the other options. It's just a continuous, I have it on a softbox. You can play with different things where you can like have a spotlight, constant light, or to where it's more harsh, but I like to have the softbox depending on the look you're going for. That will look more like if it's at night and you want that natural light look, that will look a little bit more like natural light than your flash and other stuff, depending on how you use them. There are masters at lighting that can do anything. But the continuous light isn't as powerful or as strong as your flash or strobe will be. So again, a lot of times with the continuous light, I will have my aperture lower, so I'm letting in more light. So again, I'll keep it at that f2.8, sometimes f4, so I'm letting in enough light because that softbox is not as strong or powerful as the flash or strobe would be. And here is my favorite photo using the continuous lighting setup. In the footage of the continuous lighting setup, you can see that I try to do a little bit of the color on the background. It's just not going to be as intense as using the light painting method. So here are my favorite photos from each of the lighting categories all together. So we have the flash, the light painting, the natural, and the continuous light. Yeah, so I would love to know what your favorite method was in this video. Which photo did you like the best, the end result? And also what you want to see from me next. I have a perfume bottle that I'm going to do a video on, photographing perfume, because it's so pretty. If you want to see the whole process from setup and shooting all the way through the editing process, let me know in the comments below and I will definitely film that. It's a lot of footage to go through and edit, but I will do it because I think it's helpful. All right guys, so that's going to be it for this video. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button to see future videos. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, helps me out, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Let's see if I did that all right. All right, so the fourth is continuous. I have 20, not 22. I don't think I've done 22. You and your daddy are so loud. He listens, but he whines.